Hi, and a very good evening to everyone here. This is Mareesha, CEO at the Wedding School. Absolutely live on Insta and absolutely excited to be here with you on Friday evening. I know it's a festival when Ganeshji comes into our homes, comes into our lives, when we actually get to celebrate and thank God for everything that we have been blessed with. This year particularly, I understand that Ganesh Chaturthi is going to be a little bit of mixed emotions because all those of us who've been very used to having Ganpati ji at our place, inviting friends and family, and getting a chance to actually socialize and mingle with everyone, that kind of is going to be a little far-fetched thanks to social distancing. But I really believe that if we are in that right spirit, we are in that happy space, and if we are even going to take out 5 to 10 minutes every day for the coming 10 days, especially in just probably expressing gratitude to God that He's kept us safe, that everyone we love around us is fine, and of course prayers going out to those our loved ones especially who probably have not been in best of health and have had very challenging situations in the past 5 months. And I guess just prayers work, they work like miracles. I'm sure that we'll all come out of this in and much stronger. Last week has been a crazy time with too much of mixed news that I kept reading on to, and sometimes I just wonder if I'm doing the right thing by even staying so active on reading about what's going on, because whether you talk about how many people have got jobless, or you talk about the number of cases, it's just so much there on your face that it leaves you quite shattered. You don't know whether you should be happy about where you are in all this. You don't know if you should be rejoicing, or just silence. So it's a bit of mixed emotions that I've kind of experienced in the last 7 days. I'm of course in a happy space with all of you joining me here. I'm in a happy space with whatever we are doing at the wedding school. And I'm just going to quickly say a hi to everyone who's joined us over here. As always, I won't be taking names, but I'm glad you're here. And I see some of you who were with us in the counseling session who have also joined in over here. I see Shubham here. Shubham, I believe you were with us this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So for everyone who is probably not aware, Anand Rathi and myself, we did a very interesting counseling session for the future in terms of the wedding filmmakers and photographers who are keen to actually learn more, adapt to newer styles, and get themselves in a better shape and state of mind to be able to flourish in the space of weddings. And it was a wonderful session. I'm actually going to quickly check if Anand has come in. Anand, if you could send me a request and I can just pick on that and add you here. So today's session with Anand is going to be really exciting because besides talking about the course, we are largely here today because we both want to share our firsts and our favorites, okay? First in the sense, the first pictures or pictures taken in early part of his career, pictures that I post for in early part of my career because I had started off as a model, and it's very tricky. There are awkward pictures, but I somehow have not managed to get all awkward ones. So I've got one funny one and I've got a pretty one. And I saw Anand's pictures raw to a crazy extent. And I'm going to share this with you all. And we're also then going to showcase our favorite pictures. And I have picked a favorite of mine, in fact, from a pre-wedding event that we had done with Reels and Frames a couple of years back. And there's so much that I have to tell you all about, stories that are connected to that. So I'm going to do that once Anand joins in. He's, of course, away from the Mumbai chaos. He is, I think he is still in Solan. I'm waiting to hear from him as well. I'm going to request my team to quickly make a call to him because I'm not able to find him unless I'm seriously going blind. So whilst he does that, I was talking about the counseling session that we did this morning, and we interacted with, I think, about nearly 60, 65 young aspirants, some of them who are already doing well and are already in this space. And they want to kind of learn from Anand Rathi the nuances, the tricks that he knows, and they want to up their game. And I really find it so amazing that people want to really go out of their comfort zone and want to learn newer things. I think this is one of the best things that has happened this lockdown. People have opened up to learning, and I have not seen this attitude in the last few years, when thanks to social media, I know I'm taking their support to reach out to you, but thanks to all these platforms, we had almost started believing that we were really good and we didn't need anything beyond what we know, etc., etc. But the lockdown really kind of put brakes to our life, to the chaos, and we were then kind of able to seriously analyze ourselves, our performance, and genuinely thereon understand where we lack or where is the scope for improvement. So there was no time to think about all this, but the lockdown has given us that opportunity. And I'm sure even like Anand and me talk about this, where he probably always wanted to share his knowledge. He didn't want you all to go through the challenging times, which he probably has. And never had the time, able to take that time out for you all. And that's so exciting, because I really believe that, giving back to an industry is really the least of things that we can do as people who are doing fairly well. So, Anand, I've sent you, I have just got you to join me, but I'm not able to see you. I don't know if it's network at your end or my end. Could you send me a request, Anand? And I'll be able to then probably a little more easily be able to get you to join me here. Okay. I think somebody from my team can just do this for me. Just make a quick call to Anand and get him to send me a request, please, because I tried adding him at my end. I have also gone ahead with a go live with Anand, but I don't know why. I think we're waiting to connect with you, Anand. Probably it's the network. And I think you're here. And I see you
I
upside
think
down.
upside down. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
like it
fix that.
though.
Let me fix that.
This is kick-ass. Anand, could you stay that way? Damn, why is he gone? I really thought it was so cool. Imagine us both having a conversation like that. So, I think, the best part, what I really like about Anand is the fact that he's so unassuming. He comes across as this guy with a very straight face and curt look and all of that. But he's really crazy from within. And that does reflect in his work. He can genuinely experiment. He goes out of his comfort zone, and you have to kind of catch him in that right space. So he is really an artist in the true sense. And I like that, because I guess, yes, Anand, hi. Okay, I finally going to get connected now with Anand. And hopefully Anand is not upside down this time. Waiting, now it's showing connecting. Hi.
Yes, finally. How are you?
You just did this to make me feel bad, right? Look at your
No,
backdrop and look at mine.
this is the only quiet place I could find. So I'm sorry. I'm a little late because, as you can imagine, there is no sound around here. I hope you can hear me fine.
Yes, we can. Absolutely. But I just love the
Super.
settings, Anand. Where the hell are you?
It's a small hill town in between Chandigarh and Shimla. That's actually the town. So I'm not even in the town. I'm in a village next to the town.
This is,
So
the privileged lot who can afford to step out and
and
move to those places.
गांव में सिग्नल भी यहीं आता है so this is a strategic choice. How's that? How are
Oh, I
you?
love the settings. Good, good, Anand. I was just telling everyone whilst you were joining in about the counseling session, and the fact that we had a good mix of people who are kind of getting into the space, who are already in the
Yeah.
space. And this lockdown has really opened us all up to some new learning, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think all of us have revisited our status. Professionals have revisited how diversified they are and what sort of learning curve they've reached. Is there a scope of learning? The amateurs have realized that we need to put up that much more effort to to run a sustainable business in whatever field they're in. So I think it's a across the spectrum learning, and absolutely right. It's I'm not surprised to see the kind of broad variety we're finding in the course participants.
Absolutely. And Anand, as we had already announced to everyone, I'm going to quickly open a picture of yours. We had told everyone that we are going to talk about your first, my first, your favorite, my favorite. I'm going to start with one of your firsts.
Oh yeah, long time back.
Yeah.
This is like this is
Are you
six
happy with
five
this
six
shot?
years.
Let's talk. Start from that.
I am. I am. I mean, there are 1,000 things I would now correct in this shot if I was to do it again. Compositionally, I would place the bride a little more towards the third rather than the fourth. She's at a little corner. I would uh, dodge and burn the floor so that the attention straight away goes into the bride. I would blur her more blur the background more compared to her so that again the attention straight goes to the bride. Probably shoot it with an extra kicker light to separate her from the background. But what I would probably not change is the happiness quotient of it, the core of it, and that I think has been a constant for every picture that we've taken. So
Yeah.
that also is a discovery process. By the way, you tend to get that rhythm after a while. You see that picture and you're like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm sure she would be happy to see it.
She'd look at it and still smile.
Yeah, I guess.
When was this taken?
I think this is 5 or 6 years ago. This is at Fairmont in Jaipur, and this
Yeah.
is the mezzanine level from where you can sort of see the pool area of the hotel. And the good
Mhm.
thing about this picture is that I'm always very sticky and particular about timing. So I requested the bride, and fortunately, she complied to get ready early, which
Ooh.
meant that we had a solid 30-minute portrait session. So we could actually access this place, which is otherwise regularly tough to access. You have to go
Mhm.
through like a little door and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I feel that has carried with me and has paid me off at various points in my photography journey to sort of plan out my shots, at least some of them, pre-visualize them with the light that I will have and execute them.
Oh, nice. A lot of people have joined us. You probably want to say hi to.
Oh
There
yeah,
we are.
hi.
Before I move to the next picture.
Bhavik and Shreya, hi. I saw Shreya somewhere. I saw lots of people. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone.
So, guys, you all can please keep pouring in your questions also, anything you want to ask Anand, especially about the course which we are starting on the 16th of September. We're very excited because admissions are going on in full swing. Some great amount of people from across India, I'm not just restricted to Mumbai and Delhi, who have enrolled with us. So, any questions that you may have about the course or you want to chat with Anand, please feel free to just post it right here. Anand, tell me about this picture.
This is actually happening in a mandir. It's a proper Hindi film wala mandir. It's my
Mm-hmm.
only wedding till date that I've shot in a public mandir. And it's a proper wedding. It's not a Arya Samaji wedding. So this is in Jaipur. The mandir is the Galta Mandir, which is close to the Jal Mahal Palace. Uh, Jal Mahal, it's not even a palace, I think. Jal Mahal, whatever it is. And this is a very quaint ceremony, probably 50 people attending it. Inside the mandap, like 5 people, six maybe tops. So one of those pictures where she didn't have to sort of make the effort to smile. Again, from a technical standpoint, there's so many things I would correct. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you have you have unearthed some unearths. So it's uh, I mean, I'm again. These are things that you sort of rookie mistakes or rookie pictures that you take when you're beginning your journey. You tend to do Dutch a lot. You just tend to just rotate your camera and Dutch for no reason. Like this is one of those. I could have just shot it straight. I could have cleaned up the guy in the back with a simple Photoshop action. And yeah, I guess I could have used a shallower lens. So that, but the things that I think stay on with this image is the edit. I think it's very nicely edited, very pleasant. So again, these are things. The editing of this took probably like not this image, but the set took like 5 days. Something now that we do in like a day. So
Huh.
I guess in some sense, the course is also about optimizing your existing workflows. You know, you may be a already practicing photographer,
Yeah.
but I think we have achieved some really good efficiencies because of some great processes and techniques that we follow. So we'd love to share that with everyone.
Mm, great. I'm now going to share one of my firsts, not as a photographer, Anand, but as a model. And this was
It's getting
basically,
cropped.
yeah, I know it's getting cropped. I'll share another one. Yeah. So this was at the same shoot. So this was basically much earlier, say around 2003. Yes, 2003. This is a special picture because this was taken, shot by Baman Irani, the actor.
Nice.
Yeah. So back then, Munna Bhai had not
It
yet
is.
released. He was doing
Yeah.
theater. He was running his own little shop or whatever family business. And he was also a photographer. And he was shooting the contestants. I was a part of Miss India. So he was shooting all of us and our portfolios. So this was a picture that was taken back then. And
Anshul
Ati
Kharwalia is here.
Mehra had done my makeup for this. Yeah. So I was very nervous because I was just about starting off, and he was trying to really push me to give a very sexy look and give me home, give me sex, but yet look cute because you look, as you can see, a kitty looking person. And he kept telling me, and I just kept wondering, how can you look sexy also and look like cute also? And I didn't know what space they were in. So I did my own thing. He gave me some lines, weird lines. He said, think about these lines and you'll get the expression. And we managed to get that shot. So yeah, that's one of my first.
Hi,
And
Vishal.
hi,
I'm
Vishal is
just
here.
saying hi and hellos to everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Anshul is here. We got a Forbes 30 under 30 on the feed. Very nice. Yeah. Oh, this is very interesting. This is your MC avatar.
This is my MC avatar, but it's hilarious. Now I wonder what were they planning to do. So this was an interview which I had given, I think Hindustan Times. Yeah, that was a publication. They were covering anchors and what do we do on New Year's, because whether somebody gets business or not, an anchor definitely gets booked for 31st night. So they were
Right.
doing a special feature on that, and they had got their photographer to my place. That's my home in Bandra. And they got me a dummy mic, and I had no idea why I was so dumb to play along with them and pose with that mic on that sofa. So I have no idea what was going on. But I find it funny when I look at it now. I don't know.
And that's on Getty as well.
Yes, I'm
Is
getting.
that on Getty? Very
Yes.
nice. Okay.
Somebody's making money at least. And of course, then we all evolve, we grow, we mature, and we suddenly are quite sensible. Do you think this is a mature work of
Somebody
yours?
has somebody has a question about the course, I guess.
Oh,
Ramana
yeah.
Viraj.
Yeah, we could take that now. Yeah, Ramana is asking, how can we join in your training course? Ramana, Viraj will have somebody from a team that will get in touch with you. You can also just write into us, just DM us either on Reels and Frames or the wedding school, and you share your contact details, and we will send you all the details about the course. But you can also go on our website, which is the weddingschool.in, and just fill up the form and get yourself enrolled. And Viraj, for you to know, it's going to be really interesting because Anand is not just going to be teaching you all about techniques. He's going to actually help develop a niche for each of you, develop a more futuristic way of dealing with things, because today's bride and groom are so much more aware and evolved, and they. I mean, do they come to you all with references as well? Because that they keep doing that with us as wedding planners all the time. So you have
Yeah,
those kind of discussions as well?
absolutely we do. And it's nothing odd. I think I remember during my wedding I had shared some references with my photographer, and Now, when I think back about it, I think the references I shared were very funny. I won't click them now on my own. But at that time, it's a certain aspirational quotient. There is a lot of emotions attached to a wedding. So I respect that. And what we try and then do is achieve that vision, but with our flavor. So I think that would be kind of striking the balance, which is a very, very important thing. A lot of photographers often ask me, like, how do we balance between being a creative person and being someone who satisfies the client? Like, how this doesn't go usually hand in hand, but honestly, it does, and you just have to be clever about it, and you can achieve best of both worlds. So.
We have one more question for you, Anand. Vision of creativity, my vision of creativity. Hello, Anand. How do you guys manage to take couple portraits in the midst of rituals?
In the midst of rituals, you don't. It's either just before the rituals or after the rituals. Usually after. In the middle of the rituals, you're just focusing on ensuring that your lights are right and the placement of your people are right, because that time you want to move as little as possible. And after the rituals, you want to do portraits, but usually don't get much time because everybody's in a hurry to sort of go and change and go to the next event, and people are ready to congratulate the couple. So at that time, it is clockwork. You just need to be planned. You need to have your rhythm in place. You need to know your location very well, and you need to have premeditated. That's not a time where I would suggest winging it. And in the course, we will try and cover portraits across different timelines. So basically, portraits that you can achieve under 5 to 10 seconds, portraits that you can spend like something like a minute on, and portraits where you have a 2 or 3 minute time span to set up. And actually, you'll observe that a lot of our under 10-second portraits are, in fact, very, very good. So we'll get to how we sort of even think about a 10-second portrait, or how do you even attempt it, let aside execute it, get a nice portrait out of it. So we'll get to that.
Wow, great. Anshul is commenting that he's a big fan of your work, Anand.
Yeah, so Anshul is basically a friend, a
That's
groom
sweet.
who turned into a friend, and he's a Forbes 30 under 30 guy for real. He runs a company called Indofarm. So check them out. Really nice guy as well. So check his Insta
That's
out as
great.
well.
Nice. Tell me about this pic.
This is a slightly matured version of a bridal portrait. We of course take simpler bridal portraits, face showing, and things like that. But this goes beyond. This goes into the art of storytelling. And what's happening here is, you can probably guess that she's looking outside. What she's looking at actually is the wedding mandap, which she can see from where she's standing. And the idea here is that this was just before sunset, and she is having her own moment. And this is probably one of the most gorgeous sunsets I've ever seen in general. You can see the colors at the back. So, how do you capture that tranquility of the sunset, of the bride having her own moment? And this was one of the things that we thought we could do. So, yeah.
Wow. No, it's a beautiful shot. I loved it when I'd seen it.
Thank you.
This
Yeah,
is one of the most popular things, always
yeah.
associated with reels and frames.
Yeah, I think I've seen like 20 different variations of this copied everywhere here and there, which is
Oh,
good for us. I think we did it right then in the first place. The idea was that this couple, very cool couple, one is from Dubai and one is from Singapore, I guess, and they're both very, very chill, very cool, and not into poses. So they said, "Listen, gun to our head, we can't pose. So you figure out something, but pose nahi karenge." How do you make a couple shoot without any posing? And they were staying at Dusit Thani. The wedding was at Dusit Thani in Hua Hin. And while flying our drone, we realized Dusit has a couple of these tennis courts. And that is where everything sort of went off. The problem was that there were not enough balls. So we had to ask for tennis balls from the hotel next door as well. So it took a while. But the shot itself got executed really fast. You can imagine, like, it's probably like a 2-3 minute shot. And yeah, this was fun, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. No, it looks like a lot of fun, and I have genuinely seen this around so often. I'm sure you consider this as one of your best shots.
Yeah, it's a good shot, fun shot.
One of my favorites from your work is something that I picked. I had to pick from the work that we've done together. And this one for me really stood out because artists genuinely, I've not seen many teams actually spend time in capturing artists. They do get consumed with covering the family and bride and groom and all of that. But oh my God, this is straight out of movies. And if I could just see this photograph by itself, I'd never believe it was at a live event. So it's really it oozes a lot of oomph. It actually tells you a story, and I wonder how and when did you manage to capture this, because I remember when we had prepared the entire sequence and this was part of the bride and groom's entry, there was just so much happening. We nearly had, I
Yeah,
think, about 20 or 24 artists moving all around, and there was like
yeah,
a sing dance happening, and amidst all
yeah.
of that you managed to capture this.
I guess this one is a good example of what happens when two agencies are in sync. I remember there were discussions about the lighting schema because this is happening inside a closed space, and there is has to be a fine balance between party light or mood lighting, as they say, versus the light that is required for photography. And I remember the discussions that went on for face lighting, and I guess Mishra or whoever from your team was
Yeah.
coordinating that did a fine job at it. We got what we wanted. The lights were in place because these kind of shots you can't make solely from your photography lights because this is a live shot. It's not that we've asked them to pose and stop. So
Hmm.
in the course, one of the things towards the end that we'll be covering is uh, cross-agency synergies, which is basically how a photographer can benefit from synchronizing or syncing up with the choreographer, syncing up with the light technician, syncing up with the event team. And I can't tell you how many times that has saved us, that has given us great shots because it was just like going into a sequence which we know exactly how it's going to play out, so we could sort of play by our rules rather than trying to wing it. So thank you
Yeah.
for the light.
Totally a pleasure. But like I said, that photograph genuinely doesn't look like it was like a spontaneous moment, but it's a beautiful capture there. And you're right, absolutely, Anand. I do believe that the agency, the planning team needs to be in sync. They need to understand the vision, and the more there is dialogue and conversations prior to everything else coming alive, the better are the results, and frankly, we know what we are designing months in advance. It's not like we're surprising the guests. We can't be surprising your team. So
Exactly.
if that culture comes in, I think there'll be more spectacular work that we'll get to see across our country.
Absolutely, and I can't agree more, and that is why we took the pains of actually incorporating that as part of one of the modules, because this is an Indian wedding, and I don't know how many YouTube tutorials or how many other videos or anything that you can find online that will touch upon this topic in the kind of detail that we will dive in. So I'm actually really excited to share because this is almost like a cheat sheet into how Reels and Frames works.
Yeah, lovely. You're going to save a lot of people a lot many years of trial and error, and you're going to
I
help
hope so.
them truly come alive. Thanks, Anand, for joining us. I know you have to
Thanks,
rush,
Marisha.
so I'm not going to hold you, but I still envy your settings.
All
Oh,
right, Marisha,
God.
you take care. Have a good
Yes.
one. Bye.
Thanks, Anand. Bye. Okay, that was Anand Rathi who joined us in to talk about the course that we're doing together, Reels and Frames and the Wedding School, bringing to you the Wedding Films and Photography course, a wonderful compact course which we have designed beautifully. It includes anything and everything that one would like to learn and understand and improve on as far as wedding photography and filmmaking editing is concerned. Um, I see Ashish Joshi has written in as the unlock process is started. So are we expecting a good volume of weddings? Ashish, I'll be able to answer this on behalf of Anand as well, because just this morning in the counseling session as well, we had a couple of them who were concerned and had raised this point. And the fact is that, like Anand was mentioning, I think um, things have started opening up, and therefore it has led to a lot of families who already started actively looking at closing agencies and closing their venues and doing a wedding in the best possible way. So even if they're going to be looking at a wedding strength of just 50 to 100 guests, they are still going to be engaging the best of teams as far as makeup, photography, decor, food is concerned. They are going to want the best to be there, because what gets captured in the photograph is that much, right? After a few years, nobody is going to remember the lockdown, but they're going to relive this moment with a good photograph, with a good wedding film. And therefore, I believe that it's a great time for those who are even planning to step into the profession of wedding photography and filmmaking. It's a great time to be in this space. You have families who recognize you all as artists, and your work will allow you to grow in that space, earn respect, earn a better pricing, and of course get to travel post 6 to 8 months. Right now the travel may be restricted, but it's not going to come to an end. So Ashish, it's looking very promising already. It's just about the ones who are really good at their work, the ones who are excelling, they are exactly the ones who will end up getting more business. So therefore, it's very important that we take this time seriously and we up our game, so that we are the first ones to get picked for, because we are different, because we are good. So this is your time to truly develop yourself into becoming someone that others look up to and look forward to working with. Okay, with that, I think I am going to quickly wind up. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It was fun. And I think we're really looking forward to more of you becoming a part of the TWS family through this new course that we have launched. And we're really excited because it's a wonderful creative space to be in. I think what a planner envisages, what a bride dreams of, that is really what a photographer can create magic for. And these are those moments, amazing moments that, the candid ones or the pre-wedding shoots, all of these are really the wonderful memories that a bride and groom live with for the rest of their lives. So you guys play a very important role. You might as well do a good job with it. Okay, this is Mareesha signing off on behalf of the Wedding School and, of course, Reels and Friends and Anand Rathi. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. I know a lot of you are going to venture out to do Ganpati Darshan, but please be safe. Don't assume and don't take life for granted. And please take care of your family. And we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.